Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Macgasm. I'm Brendan Schnell.
And I'm Luca Fiore.
On this week's episode, we want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a tour of how we do things here in the studio, what we use for software, what we use for gear, how we have everything set up. We've been getting a lot of questions on how we set up our podcast and how we do our podcast and how we get these videos out to you guys. So we want to kind of give you guys a bit of a tour and show you what we do and use, and we hope you like this episode. All right, guys, so we wanted to kind of give you a little brief tour of our studio and what we use and how we get things done here. I wanted to show you some of the things at first that you can't see on camera because you can obviously see the iPad with the iRig bracket for your iPad, and we're using it on a light stand right now. You can see the couch, you can see Luca, you can see myself, and we have iPhones and we have laptops and tables, and so you can see some of those things, and obviously you can kind of see some lights, but we'll go over that. But the first thing I want to talk about is audio. So first off, we're using the Audio-Technica ATW T701 wireless mics for Luca and myself.
Yep.
Sometimes we have Luca on a mic, and we'll show you that. We just have a cheap XLR mic that's plugged in.
So these mics are short range, which is exactly what we need in this case, and really, really good because of how inexpensive they are. Honestly, we've used them countless times. They've been very dependable, and can't say enough good things about both the price and, well, the sound quality that comes out of them.
That's right. So you can change the channels on them. They just run off power. We just have them over to the side here. We'll give you a shot of that, how we have that going. We have a lot of extension cables and power cables powering all of our devices. But the audio stuff runs into a Behringer mixer that we have. I believe it's a 4-input XLR mixer. We got some of the outputs. Now what we do is we have the XLR inputs going from the receivers of these Audio-Technica mics into the mixer so we can control all the audio. Then we have 2 XLR cables coming out into the camera we're using. Since I'm at the camera, yep. We're using a Panasonic HMC40PU,
which is our A cam.
Yeah, that's our A cam
right now.
And that's just mounted on a little Geodos tripod that we have right now. For our B cam
is the Canon T2i, which is looking at us right now from across the room over there,
back in the corner. So we have that right now on a Manfrotto tripod. We also have set up behind the desk right now, or behind the camera, is a little cheap IKEA desk that we have everything stationed on, but we also tend to use the Tether Tools laptop table with another tripod that we mount a laptop on that sometimes as well. We also have a live monitor that we can use at any time. Sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't. That's sitting on the ground over here.
And I guess our lighting setup.
And then I guess, yeah, the only thing else missing is it's just a basic 3-light setup. All right, so welcome to darkness. Is my mic still on? Yes, my mic is still on. I have to check everything. We're in complete darkness now. So this is what it looks like in our studio without any lights except for the iPad, and we have the MacBook here kind of lighting us up. Everything else is shut off. So first, Luca's going to hit the main light to camera right. So Luca, you want to fire that up? So this is what it looks like if you just have one light. So we highly recommend that you don't just use one light, that you have at least a 3-light setup, and you're going to see really quickly the difference that each makes. So that's main light, camera right. Now Luca's going to do the fill light, which is camera left. So this is just a little bit just to give me that on the side of the face here, because normally if Luca's sitting here, he's going to get all the main light from our softbox, which is camera right, and this is going to kind of fill in the right side of my face, or left side for you guys. And now he's going to do the back light, which is going to give me that bit hair light. So you can see the big difference now that it makes having these 3 lights on. If you had 1 light or 2 light, it just wouldn't be enough. You need to have at least a 3-light setup. And we're in a small, well, not small, but we're in a smaller area. So the lights kind of bouncing off the walls a little bit, so it's helping with us. So we get that consistent, even look to our faces.
So we wanted to go through our post-production workflow here at Macgasm, and what we use is a software called Boinks TV. We found that the best way to work with it was to take all of our clips and film them as normal, and then put them onto a timeline and convert them to what's called Apple ProRes, Apple Intermediate Codecs. And once it was on there, we took all of those clips, audio, camera 1, camera 2, and then we put it into Boinks. And once it was there, I'll just demonstrate. So once it's there, I can simply cut from one angle to the other. I can do lower thirds. If you have a good enough system, you can have people Skype in, you can live green screen, you can have a single camera or a multicam setup. Simple things like watermarks that really make your product look that much more professional. Insert photos, I can insert other video, basically anything that you could do in a live broadcast. I mean, I can't really think of something that I hadn't seen on any news broadcast that I couldn't do in this. It's been actually quite good, and it's heavily sped up our workflow, in all honesty. I can't say enough good things about it. It's an ideal software if you're looking to speed up workflow, if you're looking to cut live footage, if you're looking to stream footage live onto the internet, let's say a concert or anything for that matter, and all you have is a laptop. You can do this just with the software for that matter. So that's basically what Boinks TV does in a nutshell. So that's it for this week's episode of Macgasm. You can catch us on YouTube,
Twitter. We say this every week. Just Google the hell out of Macgasm, and everything that comes up is us.
Yep.
But you can find us on our personal accounts.
I'm at Valkaline.
And I'm twitter.com/escene. So check us out there and get in touch with us there.